tonight,
A very special OC.
the never-before-heard stories.
When Adam Brody auditioned, I hated the guy.
I was convinced that I would be fired.
The behind-the-scenes action.
I showed up on set, and they're like, here's your little bikini. Now go out and molest Ryan.
Oh, let's get the hose, soak Misha, and put her in a trash can.
I have thrown Misha in the garbage can.
The unseen footage.
We've started betting money on people, like, getting in accidents on set.
The real-life drama.
There's always something going on, kind of like the Osborne.
And the humor.
We haven't done anything that's too outrageous.
Behind the hottest show on television.
I don't look like this when I wake up in the morning.
She was outrageous. She was like, give me some of that young stuff.
Adults have sex, too.
We did so much last year, we have nothing left for season 2. Please don't air that.
Join us as we look back on the inside stories of the OC's first season and take an exclusive sneak peek at all the romance and excitement that lies ahead. On the OC, Obsess Completely.
When I started out, I had no interest in doing television. And I read the script, The OC, and I loved it.
I was out here waiting tables. I was working at Blockbuster in San Diego, living on the floor of a friend's apartment. I was watching these movies with like kids roughly my age, seeing like what they were doing. I just wanted to be a part of that.
We looked at hundreds of people for Seth, for Ryan, Kirsten. Everybody we ended up casting in the show, as soon as the right person came in, you just knew it.
I read the lines at the audition, and I just saw this girl. She sees something she wants, and she gets it.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna find out.
So I went in there with that confidence, that whole, like, attitude, and I just read the lines through her, like, just totally owning the room. How Summer owns every room she walks into.
He's not really a bad boy.
Well, he will be by the time I get through with him.
Like that.
My first audition for this show was for the character of Ryan. And, you know, I read it and I was like, wow, I'm not this guy, but whatever.
When Adam Brody auditioned, I hated the guy when he first came in. He came in, and I didn't know if he was doing our audition or the audition for, Navy NCIS. It was total improv. And he finished, I was like, what was that? I never want to see that guy again. Get him out of here. And then we couldn't find Seth Cohen. Our casting director, Patrick Rush, said, well, what about this guy, Adam Brody?
I went back in to see Josh and I read for Seth.
He learned his lines, and he was Seth Cohen. I mean, it was so great. It was so obvious.
Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
When we first saw Ben McKenzie, he was sort of like standing on the corner. He was brooding. He was smoking. All good things for the audition, by the way. He wasn't exactly what we had in mind in terms of the look for Ryan Atwood.
I met these guys and exchanged about 5 words with Josh. I think he thought I was a total jerk.
He didn't say 2 words to us before. He said less after.
I had to do the outdoor scene, who are you, whoever you want me to be, very James Dean-esque.
I stole a car. Crashed it.
With Marissa's character, Misha was already cast, but she, I guess, was in New York. Thanks for coming out to help me. I did a horrible, horrible first read, and I don't know why they cast me.
It wasn't what we expected for the character, but it felt really real.
And I remember I was so happy when I saw you, because I really did think, I read it, I'm like, I know who they're gonna cast. They're gonna cast like a 6'4" like model who can't act, and it's just like, I'm Ryan. And I was so happy when I met him, and he was this like kind of Matt Damon-esque,
Kind of short.
not good looking at all. Right.
Just a kind of a little bit of a reinvention of the character, but at the same time, exactly what we were looking for.
You're Cohen now. Welcome to a life of insecurity and paralyzing self-doubt.
Our first day was actually our read-through, and none of the cast had met each other. I mean, no one knew who anyone was.
It was a little weird, it's sort of like the first day of school, the first day of camp.
I was sort of super nervous and intimidated. I didn't talk to anyone. I just sat in the corner room.
Oh, I have so low expectations of those readings.
The cast gelled so well, but it was the worst read-through we've ever had, ever.
Was that bad? It's probably only going to get worse.
I thought the table read went well. What have you heard?
It was bad, and I was really bad in it.
No, I'll tell you what, it sucked. It sucked. I take it back, it sucked.
You know, you kind of, I mean, read-throughs are, it's just about getting it out and seeing how it's gonna fly.
Well, I got some laughs, you know. I got the table read. I get some laughs. I felt like, you know, good reception. And I was like, wow, that one really good, actually. Doug Lyman, who was directing the pilot, you know, his opinion meant a lot to me. And so I leave, and Doug's like, before you leave, I want to talk to you real fast. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe he'll like, a little pat on the back. Basically, he gave me a talk saying I sucked and needed to tone it down, and it was such a bummer.
It was horrible. The read-through was absolutely atrocious. I went away from the read-through convinced I would be fired, but I guess that's why they do read-throughs, is just to get all the bad stuff out of the way.
My first scene on the show, I showed up on set, and they're like, here's your little bikini, here's your little mini skirt. Now go out on the freezing beach and be drunk and basically molest Ben's character, Ryan.
Look who I found. Oh, Ryan, oh my God. I'm wasted. So what's your name anyway?
Ryan.
I was like, all right, cool.
Like the fashion show and the pilot really make me laugh now. I'm really made up, like fully tarting myself around that runway, so that's kind of embarrassing.
Go home, geek.
My first day was about a year ago, and it's freezing, and it was at night, and there's a fight scene. I had no dialogue. I just got beat up, so it sucked. And that was my first day, so it was a night shoot, getting punched. It's all right. It was fun.
And this is how it's done in Orange County.
The first day, I showed up and met Peter Gallagher for the first time, and we did the scene where I come back to my house and my mom has left. So my first day was some very crucial scenes with Peter Gallagher, someone I had always looked up to as an actor, and I was really absolutely petrified.
Come on, let's go.
It was kind of like being tested on the first day, but it's, I guess, looking back on it, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, it was like, get ready, kid, here it comes, you know?
Fox threw a big viewing party there, and the cast would come and watch the show with fans. And no one really wanted to go to it because no one expected anyone to come because we didn't even know if anyone was watching the show. We got out, and there was, I think, 1,000 people there.
It was the first time that you really saw live how powerful this thing can be.
We had been on the air that night a month and a half. A month and a half. It's weird how quick TV works.
Nisha, oh my God! I remember pulling up, and I like look over, and I'm like, what's going on over there? What's that for? And she's like, that's where you're going. It was like an enormous crowd, and I was like, holy beep.
An incredible group of people showed up, everything from like kids about 8 or obviously teenagers to like adults, their parents who watched the show with them.
I hear from mothers who say, you know what, my daughter's a teenager now, and she can barely stand to be in the room with me, but the one thing we always do is we watch the show.
In a year, it's gone from living on the floor of a friend's apartment, driving a car I bought for $500, to people watching all over the world.
I just think that the stars sort of aligned. You know, we just got really lucky.
There's a real sense of looking forward to coming to work every day, and then couple with that, and you're stopping at a stoplight, and the people next to you, oh my, we love the show. Oh, is Marissa gonna be all right?
It's honestly the greatest thing I could ever hope for.
I've never been involved in anything that had that many people that passionate about it.
We felt like the first season was like 3 seasons jammed into one.
We do move faster on our show than most shows.
It moves at about a mile a minute. I mean, it really just rocks along.
You brought him home? What is it about this kid?
I was this kid.
Hey. Hey. Do you want to play?
Put him down!
You
had my back out there.
Ryan's gonna stay with us now.
Marissa Cooper, daughter of James and Julie Cooper.
What are you doing with my girlfriend?
You know what I like about rich kids?
Nothing.
So your grandpa, he basically owns Newport, right?
You're the kid that burned down my house.
Hi, Summer. I'm Jeff Cohen. I live right next door. By the end of the night, she might know my first name.
I don't have a date to the cotillion. I like you. So does she. If we don't put an end to this soon, someone's gonna get hurt.
Anna!
Jimmy's been siphoning money out of his clients' accounts to cover his own debts.
Are you telling me you lost everything? That is my money! Son of a bitch! You're a thief!
This whole community thinks you're a criminal, Jimmy.
What do you want from me?
I want a divorce.
I have no one.
She's gone.
What?
It's one of my stepmom's painkillers.
You're never going to see her again. You even try, and I'll make sure you're thrown back in juvie. Cal, what a surprise.
You're welcome, I hope.
I know, I shouldn't be here.
Would you like to come in?
So, did you have sex with Julie Cooper today?
Julie Cooper, will you marry me?
Oh my God.
So in theory, Julie Cooper could eventually become your stepmother.
Don't even say it.
Ryan Atwood.
Teresa, hi.
So this is your new girlfriend?
I can't compete with a girl you've known your whole life.
We doing this?
It's not like we haven't before.
Tell me what's going on.
Teresa's pregnant. So why don't you tell me what's going on?
We can figure this out together.
And come with me.
I need to go back. Can't let Teresa do this by herself.
Before he got here, I was the biggest loser. This place was hell for me, okay?
Just can't believe he's leaving.
I understand why you have to do this. And I wish you didn't have to.
Just because you're leaving doesn't mean I'm letting you go. So, it's ladies, but well, Yogi Galati Taryn called, and she said that the birthday Yogi Galati's workshop. We're not rolling, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Are we? Are we really?
That was very interesting. Here we go.
Thank you.
Peter and Adam are probably the instigators in terms of making everybody laugh.
Yeah, baby, I like this. Buddy. See that? That's mine. Okay.
Ben and I'll end up start just laughing, and Ben loses it, then that's it, I'm gone. And if I lose it, then he, so it's that kind of thing.
The jokes aren't very practical on the show, really, to tell you the truth. No. Impractical jokes, lots of them. For some reason, pretty much every day, they sing me happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
See, it's not a fun place to work. Every day is my birthday. I'm like 95 now. We've all had our share of jokes.
I got in a water fight with Ben, which really started with sort of like sprinkling him and turned into like, oh, let's get the hose. And then picks me up and throws me in a trash can.
I have thrown Misha in a garbage can.
I'm pretty clumsy anyway, so we have a lot of practical jokes about trying to make me trip or walk into something in general. We've started betting money on people like getting in accidents on set, which probably isn't like the most mature thing in the world, but we do it.
How's that seatbelt working for you?
A year ago, my last birthday, Adam Brody gave me a dead frog. Ew. We had a scene in biology where we were dissecting frogs. He thought it was hilarious to put one in a box of, like a present I had already opened, I got home to show everybody what I got. I swear to God, I screamed so loud. You ain't touched my forehead!
There have been no pranks since then. The girls are really dropping the ball.
Yeah. Oh, Cohen!
It's become a problem for me how addicted I've become to the internet and the message board. I'm a message board junkie, and I think there's a lot of value there. Every time you go on the internet, you have no idea what people are going to respond to. What's amazing to me is how closely people watch the show, that they really learn the dialogue, and kids are out there posting what their favorite lines of the show are.
I love you. You're welcome. Midnight curfew. I like that scene because it's kind of funny and genuine. It's got a sense of humor to it. It didn't want to be too dark, you know, like one of those heavy moments where it's like, I love you too.
I identified with the character immediately. He's a strong guy, but he's insecure as well. And those two traits are definitely very prevalent in the teenage years. They were in mine, anyway.
I love you. How hard is that to say?
The fundraiser is 2 days away, and we still don't have a theme.
Well, I thought it was casino night.
Was Vegas first? I thought it was Monte Carlo night.
No, it's Vegas night.
See, this is a travesty. And we had
The big Valentine's Day singles gala.
That's a good cause. Or Secretary's Day.
We would have an event probably every episode, it seemed like.
I mean, don't you remember our amendment? No 2 black tie events in the same month.
The pilot was the fashion show party.
So we're all really excited about your fashion show fundraiser for tomorrow night?
Really?
Cotillion is coming up.
So that one I remember being particularly painful.
This is Cotillion, the most important event of the year. Am I the only one who gets it?
We had to wear the stupidest outfits ever.
Good news, I'm available again.
I felt like
No.
Butler.
What event are you dragging me to this week?
There's so many parties, and finding new dresses all the time is exhausting.
What are you doing putting my daughter in Calvin Klein? She was supposed to wear Vera Wang.
And she would if she had the chest to hold it up.
Oh yeah, my bachelorette party. My favorite.
It just seems like there's a party in every show and a fight in every show.
Invite the kid from Chino to the big party and then see what happens.
Ryan's gonna cause an argument because it's so not his world and he hasn't adjusted to it.
Whenever I go to one of these things, somebody gets into a fight.
So, do you go to a lot of these kinds of events?
Pretty much every week. Okay. My character punches people more than I do in real life.
Well, that's what Ryan does. He punches people.
Well, apparently you gotta be able to fist fight at the OC.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna find Luke, beat the crap out of him.
I don't think we'll be seeing Luke for a while. How'd you manage that? I didn't. Marissa smacked the hell out of him.
Nice, Coop!
Oh, I guess she's been hanging out with you too much.
There's been some memorable ones.
Ladies!
We haven't done anything that's too outrageous.
I have to ask you to leave. Get your hands off me. You wanna go?
We'll go. Come on, Sandy.
I'll take you. No, let me.
I'm hitting people too much.
I'm not gonna fight you.
My right arm is tired.
Even if I do this? Wow, you just got your butt kicked. You didn't even fight back. Dude, you really are going.
Hey.
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 A lot of shows, the kids talk and they sound like they're, 20 years older than they are. They sound wise beyond their years. And when you're a kid, you tend to be a little bit inarticulate.
Oh, my parents are friends with the parents of the kid who the party's throwing the place.
You don't really know yourself. You make a lot of mistakes. And I think just trying to make that feel authentic, I think that's the biggest challenge.
Oh, Chino? Ew. We all said ew in high school.
Yeah.
So I actually said it before summer.
Oh, right.
So I'm gonna take credit for that.
The writers really have a great sort of playful spirit with the whole thing.
Way to salt his game, Mr. Cohen.
Don't salt his game, honey.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
I think that really allows the show to stay away from too much heavy melodrama and kind of keep it balanced.
Oh, snap.
Trouser it, Cohen.
You guys are pirates?
Yeah, I know, it's a bit minty.
Taryn called to remind you that today is the first day of your Yogalati's workshop.
Yogalati's?
And you're going to Yogalati's.
You just like saying that.
Welcome to the OC, bitch.
Anna and I have decided to take it to the next level, and I need some advice. You're gonna have sex. No, that's a good idea, though.
God knows when you're teenagers, you think about sex 125% of the time.
I want to
dress up with a shirt going is like childproof?
When you've been married 200 years and, you think about sex 98% of the time.
Your mother and I want some time alone.
Hey, here's a visual that I don't want to take with me tonight.
Well, son, your mom's a hottie. I got her. Oh. Hey.
So chances are in an hour drama about family, it's gonna pop up.
Oh, I should really learn to knock. In case there's a threesome going on in my bedroom.
Adults have sex too.
So from now on, are you going to tell me all your secrets?
Are you going to tell me all yours?
No, I don't think I have any.
Really?
Yeah,
You sure?
I think.
Nothing from your past? No secret fantasies? No hidden porn stash on the PC?
No, because obviously you already know about that one.
Sandy and Kirsten have a vibrant marriage.
There's no way you can know everything about someone. That's what keeps it interesting.
I think the writers do a great job of keeping it juicy.
Is this a booty call?
What's a booty call?
I think that the more you know Julie Cooper, the funnier it is when she does what she does.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Mrs.
Do not sing my name out loud. This is a booty call.
I don't know anybody who isn't a little preoccupied with sex.
Hey, you guys want to join us? We're celebrating my new position.
Oh, I'm not going to touch that one. Either with condemning it,
Sandy Cohen, pleasure swinging with you.
dreaming about it,
Believe me,
and occasionally practicing it.
if anybody's going to be putting you into handcuffs, it's going to be me.
Any idea how pathetic it is to sit there and listen to you babble about mergers and acquisitions while some guy just stares at your boobs?
Which guy was staring at my boobs?
Who cares? Listen to me. The point is that that guy doesn't know you. He doesn't care about who you really are. In fact, he has no idea that every day of third grade you shared your lunch with that little skinny squirrel who kept getting his nuts stolen by that fat squirrel.
I hated that mean squirrel.
And none of those guys were there when you had to read your poem aloud in class and your hand was shaking because you were nervous and you cared what the other kids thought.
Poem? What poem?
I wish I was a mermaid.
You remember that? That was like 6th grade.
I wish I was a mermaid and was friends with all the fish, a shiny tail, and seashells. I would wish.
So, Last Supper, huh? Sorry. Bad joke.
It's just a laugh right around here.
This all looks really good.
Yeah, it's too bad you're leaving. We never eat like this.
That's not true. I cook all the time.
Dad.
Let's just eat.
And we're not saying we want you to cook more.
Oh, hell no. You remember the meatloaf incident of '98?
That was brisket.
Yeah, that's my point, exactly. I like the Cohen family, and I want to live in the Cohen house, but there's always something going on, kind of like the Osbournes.
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Let me meet you back upstairs.
I thought I heard a smoke alarm. Summer? Anna? Seth?
Wholly awkward.
I always knew you were a late bloomer, sweetie.
The relationships between the parents and the kids, it's not kind of condescending. It's not the perfect TV parents. The relationships are kind of unique.
You can't tell your dad. Who can you tell?
Gee, I don't know. Ryan, Mom, that tree over there.
You're going to miss me when I'm gone.
When are you leaving?
Most of our show is funny, but at the core of it was his family story.
Ryan and him are from completely different worlds, and yet they find a common language.
But you have before, right?
They had this kind of brotherly bond that sort of immediately forms.
Same girl or different girls? They were different girls? How many different girls were there?
At the same time, they couldn't be more different.
I have to sit down.
they need each other in so many unexpected ways.
Ever since the day you got here, you have totally had my back. And I promise you, from now on, I will never fail you again.
You know, the kids make mistakes, the adults make mistakes, and then they have to deal with that too.
You would never lie. You would never steal.
I would like to think that, but the truth is, there isn't anything that I wouldn't do for my family.
Sandy and Kirsten, like you know, super parents.
Seth
you
and
know?
Ryan have good parents, so I would totally want to be a part of that.
And Kirsten's not even a hugger.
Oh, you always know how to ruin a moment.
The Teen Choice Awards feel a little gypped.
Adam won Best Actor.
Me and Misha, we won things and they didn't even say it or give us surfboards.
Dude, I won like Breakthrough Actress. I really wanted that surfboard. I still haven't gotten it yet.
Like Misha won the same thing that Chad Michael Murray did.
But I got to present something else, so I guess that kind of counts. And here are your final four. Me and Adam, we're kind of annoyed about our surfboards.
Nothing.
I think they're still coming.
Nothing.
We might just like, I don't know, get them someday soon.
All right, and the winner for the Choice TV, let's do it together, drama, the OC!
I went up with the rest of the cast for our award, which was the most important, I guess, for the show.
This is awesome! Wow! Linda and I got to talk on behalf of the show. Thank you, and we really appreciate it. Awesome. You have a fun job from all of us. Thank you so much.
So we're going to take a look at our new set, The Bait Shop. It gives us the opportunity to see a lot of new bands. As you see, it's a pretty good set. It's enormous. It actually looks like a real club. And it's worked out pretty well for us. Because it's an all-ages club, we have an extensive juice bar, probably the most extensive juice bar you could find anywhere at any music venue. This is Yoo-Hoo. We have on tap. And we already have our own in-store merchandising booth where we can sell merchandise of the venue on the show to you. There ain't nothing we won't do to make a buck on the OC. On one day, I guess the DVD's coming out, the second CD's coming out, and the Chrismica album is coming out. The second soundtrack is really cool. We only got to do 12 songs on the first one, and this one we have like 16 songs, and it's really eclectic, and it's lots of new stuff. This is gonna turn you on to even more new bands, and I'm really proud of it, and I think it's a really great opportunity for people to hear stuff that they might not otherwise hear.
I did a musical or two myself in college.
And Peter Gallagher's amazing singing voice on Broadway.
I was, in the original company Grease on Broadway.
So we've been dying for an opportunity to get him on stage to sing.
I have heard rumblings and rumors that perhaps they will find a way to get Sandy to sing.
And I think we found such an opportunity.
Will someone please stop him before he starts singing Grease Lightning?
Do it, Dad. Travolta's your bitch.
Oh, thank you, son.
I had sex with a girl. Summer, to be more specific.
How was it?
I had sex.
Not bad.
No, not that bad. It was just kind of weird. Weird? Yeah, but not kinky weird, more like weird, awkward.
I love the sex talk. I thought that was pretty funny, and I thought that was more reflecting reality. It sucked the first time. I mean, I don't know anyone who's like the first time, man. Except you'll always know. Never mind. You don't have to go there.
And I did make some faces in the middle that I wish that I could take back, but I can't. And there's also sort of a whiny noise that came out towards the end that probably wasn't my finest hour, and I sucked so bad. I was like a fish flopping around on dry land. Ryan, I was Nemo, and I just wanted to go home.
I think we should spend this whole summer just being normal.
We're not going to hold Seth to that, are we?
No, that would be impossible.
At the end of last season, we were more or less scattered to the four corners of the earth.
The summer was supposed to be all time.
Yeah, well, now it's all up in the air.
Everything was ripping apart. There didn't seem to be any hope at all.
It's ironic. Julie leaves Jimmy, marries you. Now he's worth millions, and you're going to be broke.
See, I think it was a series of disasters was the end of the last season, including my marriage.
He's in kind of a bad place.
As hard as it is to imagine having a baby, I can't really imagine not having it.
He was pretty down and out because he was obviously having to go back to Chino to take care of this baby that was on the way. I need to go back. He's basically gotten sucked back into the life that he left.
Little something for the road. Don't worry, I didn't make it.
When you saw that he was leaving, you see how it impacts her so much.
This year was,
For us too.
I just want you to know I understand why you have to do this.
Thanks.
And I wish you didn't have to.
Me too.
She thinks she's found her first love. She can't deal with losing him. I think that's what the end of the season really is, this like hope that she's not totally lost him forever.
Yeah, for the record, the boat was named after you.
At the end of last season, Seth just takes off. And he leaves her a letter.
In this year for Seth, he has gone from no friends to a few friends, no girls to girls, and now he's gonna chuck it, leave it all behind, and see where the current takes him.
Where we left at the end of last season, everyone was miserable. All of these characters torn apart from each other, and now we get to watch and see if and how they'll all come back together.